And after a fiery week at the United Nations, India's permanent representative to the UN, Syed Akbaruddin, spoke to World is One WION. Listen in as he explains why India chose to send in a young diplomat during its right to reply, despite global ramifications.
With me is the Indian envoy to United Nations to talk about this hectic diplomatic week. Sir, the key takeaways from the visit of the Indian Prime Minister, especially when it comes to the contribution to global development?
Global development is sustainable development. And so climate action is a key part of that development. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has made clear that India's ambition levels for sustainable development far exceed what was thought of even a decade ago. Prime Minister has mentioned that from a high target that we had already set in terms of renewable energy of 175 gigawatts, we are now moving to a target of more than 400 gigawatts. Before have we intensely engaged in the manner that we did during this week. The Prime Minister himself had I think as many as 17 bilateral engagements, but a multiplicity of plurilateral engagements. So we've engaged at the leaders' level in an unprecedented manner. For the first time, we've had these plurilateral meetings of India engaging with regions. It's never been done before. For the first ever summit of India and CARICOM was held. The CARICOM, of course, we all know, are familiar with their cricketing abilities. But there are a lot more commonalities between the CARICOM and India, and that was the focus there. The key takeaway is India is reaching out to the world in a peaceful and harmonious manner. It's an outreach which is extensive, it's an outreach which is expansive, and it's an outreach which is all-embracing. We are a country with a tradition, a country with a very consistent approach. We also know Pakistan very well and its approach. So if its focus is on one issue, and this issue which we are very familiar with, we always field our young diplomats who are confident, who reflect a new India, who reflect a ability to articulate India's position in a very nuanced manner, but also very forcefully. So they bring to the table a zest and an energy of the young and an understanding of the issues which is historical in nature. It is one where things are not being done. The world is changing, and in changing dramatically and exponentially. Yet the Security Council has been resistant to change. Organizations which don't change may meet more and more but become less and less effective. It's a call that they have to take. Do they want to be relevant to the issues of the day, to addressing and resolving the primary issues that impact on global peace and security, or other ways will be found? Contemporary realities have to be adjusted. It's the norm in every segment of life. So India's articulation across the UN was on themes that were listed by the President of the General Assembly. If other countries want to stray away from that, it's their choice. The United Nations is a place where people work in partnerships. Partnerships can be forged on issues of common interest, not on individual interest. So if Pakistan wants to project an issue of individual interest, this is their choice. They wasted it, as you said.
Well,